Hey guys, welcome to Bastian Time. I'm your host Bastian. Let's get to some Nintendo news. First of all, we have some interesting tidbits about Adventure Time. That's that new game that's based on the TV show called Explore the Dungeon Because I Don't Know, and it is a top-down dungeon crawler sort of game, and you might remember that the first Adventure Time game that came out was specifically an homage to Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. It was a side-scrolling action-adventure. So they were asked, WayForward, the people developing this game, was asked, and the previous Adventure Time game, was asked, hey, why is this one so different than the first one? And what they said is that there were there's been a lot of feedback about the first game, and a lot of fans thought, besides just playing Finn and Jake, it would be more fun if it was multiplayer, and that if you could play with a lot of other characters besides just Finn and Jake, because there's so many interesting characters in the Candy Kingdom. And so they were trying to figure out how they could incorporate more characters, more playable characters into the game, and they were working on that idea, and then Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time, was like, well, why don't we just do it as a dungeon crawler? And because Pendleton Ward is a gamer, and he's super into games, and realized a dungeon crawler is definitely one version of something that would enable you to be able to play all of these different characters. So now we know the reason why they changed styles dramatically is basically from Pendleton Ward himself and from fan feedback. As far as it being a dungeon crawler, though, I've got to say, I'm okay with that, but I have an issue with dungeon crawlers, because usually, like in this case, they'll be like mystery dungeons. They'll be randomly generated, and I always feel like that a randomly generated dungeon doesn't have as much design to it as something that somebody actually, if a designer actually was like, well, this is where they should go, and then they do this thing, and I just always feel like a randomly generated dungeon doesn't capture me as much as a pre-generated dungeon, but we'll see. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing game. Our next story is about the fact that Toys R Us has listed 2 interesting colors for the Wii U that nobody else seems to know about. They have listed 2 bundles coming out, one called Cherry, one called Mango. Interesting. So maybe they're Toys R Us exclusive. We'll have to wait and see about that. That is specifically in France, though, so it might be a French Wii U Toys R Us exclusive. I don't know. You Pokemon fans out there have surely already heard this, but just in case you haven't, it's been announced that there's going to be an unprecedented Pokemon game coming out that's being worked on right now, and that it will somehow change Pikachu. No idea what that could possibly mean. Sounds pretty exciting. Stay tuned. I'll get any new details that we get about that out as fast as possible. NewEgg, which I'm sure you know is a video game and computer retailer, lists on their webpage Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the Wii U. Now, this might be interesting to you because it's a 3DS exclusive game, and also this particular box art is fan-made. It does not exist for the Wii U. Somebody pointed this out to NewEgg and said, so this is probably a fake listing, right? And they said, no, it's legit. So do they know something we don't know? Is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon coming out on the Wii U? We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, that's it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys tomorrow for Let's Play Secret of Mana 2 or Second Densetsu 3 or that Mana game. See you then, guys. Bye.